Greetings, fellow science team. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey Grav Runners. Episode 17, Surveying from a Pirate Platform. What I'm going to be working on immediately is going through the rest of this facility. All the ancient soldiers have already come out, so I don't really need to worry about that. What we're doing is just like cleaning up the inside. You know, going through it and gathering all of its science. Or, in this case, it's not really science, it's weapons. And then we'll be pushing off. Another thing I'd like to do is hack the ancient uplink as well. So both Klein and Glitch have research tasks to work on. If we are potentially heading to space, it would be really wise for me to tidy up the ship. And then additionally, we are in the process of training Pierogi and recruiting Paolo. Well, that was a lot of vowels. Paolo? I don't speak vowel. But it's only really a matter of time until they join, which is great. I'm going to set Good as the ship cleaner, because the ship is, like, honestly horrendously dirty. And I also had realized that we are missing a conduit, a very crucial conduit to our grav cell here. And as a result of it not being plugged in, it's literally connected to nothing. So there we go. Now the grav cell is actually helping our ship's power grid. Yeah, the shuttle is absolutely amazing. So we managed to hack this door, and I'm gonna have Runloth and Tweak check that out. And then, yeah, we'll be on our way. Pretty soon I'm going to have you guys decide where I am going to next, but I want to get through a little bit more of this facility first. Whoa there. Okay, immediately opening fire on me. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets? No, 5 turrets? I'm glad I have a shield belt there. Tweak, let's go around and take that turret out, and then these 2 turrets will be last. Meaning, I gotta be careful passing in front of this door, because this door, is covered by this turret. Oh, actually, not really. I can pass through it. Okay, cool. Hey, Turtle, thank you for the resub. And Grey Hermit, too. Man, it has been a minute. And, Glitch for cheers. So cheers back to you. Now, another good thing for me to do before I leave would be to top up on my steel. We could definitely use a little bit more steel. We're down to 500. So more steel is good. And, oh, geez, get out of there. Unfortunately, there's like slag in the way, but I'll be able to, nope, shield belt broke. I was not able to dodge in time. Let's go ahead and have them take a break from ruins clearing until that shield belt comes back online, because I don't want anyone to take a bullet to the brain. Been there, done that, not as fun as it sounds. Alright, we need a research project. I would love to get advanced fabrication. That is going to be a game changer for us. We did just, you know, we will be able to make bionics. We'll be able to make pilot assistance. You know, that would be game-changing. Additionally, taking a look at the amount of components that we have, I'm going to also mine up all the compacted machinery that is around here to top up our component count. So there's a lot of resource stripping that we want to do here. So I guess what I'm going to do is update the priority, resource, strip, and search the compound. So, chat, what do you think we should do next? Oh, we hacked the satellite for orbital debris. So, Theora Beacon is above us. This is a uplink. It's an orbital satellite. Little spoiler, for the duration of the spoiler, I will be blue. Orbital satellites are usually guarded by big turrets, meaning that if we want to go to this thing, we're gonna definitely want smoke launchers at the very least. Without smoke launchers, it would be very difficult to search. But with that said, I'm going to have you guys decide in just a second where to head to next. Nice looking ship. Yours is Monstrosity. Honestly, this ship ain't that pretty, but I appreciate it all the same. One thing I wanted to do is change the engines around a little bit. And it's going to look even weirder as a result. But yeah, change around the engines just a teeny bit. One of the things I realized is the amount of engines pointing in a direction determines its like takeoff direction. So I'd like my ship to take off forward. And currently it doesn't do that. So like, I want to make that change so that it doesn't look silly forever. The other thing I realized is that the vac barrier here blocks the shuttle from landing. So I'm going to move the vac barrier out here and delete this vac barrier so we don't have a shuttle blocking issue. Smoke launchers barely work in space, but they do technically work. You just have to like do a lot of smoke launching. The other thing that would be really good for me to do is to make chem fuel from wood until we have like a whole bunch of it. Part of resource stripping, well, Puig is already designating a whole bunch of trees, but yeah, getting that done. And then once Puig and one other shooter outside of Glitch is up, I'll go ahead and clear out more of the facility. There is a little bit of a ship redesign that I want to also do, besides the whole like engine thing and the door. So these are all things that I'd like to get addressed at some point. But where to head to next? So I could go to a Grav Core. And there's a few different Grav Core potentials. I could do the bounty hunt. We were contracted to kill someone named Amy. Oh no, was that? Yeah. Well, hold on, 1 second. Yes, so Amy up here in space. So we could do the bounty hunt. We could. I don't think I really care about this treasure. We could try to get to the other soldiers for another unique masterwork weapon. Or we could go to the satellite. Alternatively, I suppose we could do something entirely different. So Rad's choice, which would not be one of these four if you don't like these four. So there you go. There's the poll. It's not really a rush to vote because I'm going to be here clearing the facility a little bit longer. And then the other thing we need to do is to keep a close eye on Good and Glitch because, you know, they have huge mood negatives as a result of that recent loss. Understandably. Okay. Oh, there's sea lions here. What is their meat count if we hunted them? 72 kilograms. 134. I mean, for their revenge chance, that might not be worth it. I doubt they move very fast, though. Yeah, they're pretty slow. So even if they had revenge, you could easily outpace them. No, don't do that. Do not roof up the engine. All right. Changing the layout just a little bit. And, hopefully for the better. Basically, I'm allowing it to have side thrust. Although, in the strangest way possible, I completely understand. Oops. Alright. It looks like our ruin searchers are ready to go for another round. So let's bring Puig and Ruinloth over here, and I'll search this door first. Lycanwolf, thank you for the sub. I hope you liked the Lycan Legion series I had a little while back. There we go. So that's the engine layout. It's weirder, but it works. Alright, a room full of guns and a turret. None of these guns look good, honestly. I guess the best one... No, that's... The best one would be this assault rifle normal. Which I guess I'll take with me, but the rest of the guns I'm going to leave here. Resale value for guns is really, really piss poor. TLDR. You get like a 1/7 of its value. So unless you're using a gun, it's like not worth taking. Alright, we have corpses here. We also have scrap and components. I don't care for that so much. So let's work our way southbound some more. We got hunter traps. Oh, well, that works. Shield belt is intact with 5 hit points to spare. But we really don't need to work our way through that room, so let's go a whole different route. And yes, apparently you can tame small animals and zone them to travel through a facility, if you want. It's honestly like just a lot more work than it would provide benefit, in my opinion, but to each their own. Oh, you still don't have your leg. Right. That explains a lot. Well, I think I am going to get through this facility and then do the surgery so that it's not like a 2-day countdown, a 2-day timer of him recovering from anesthesia, which I think would be worse. Yeah, he's been one-legged hopping through doors. My bad. And that also reminds me, as soon as we get advanced fabrication, going for bionics seems pretty choice to me. So I'm burying this body so that we don't have to see it. And it's another nothing room. Poor guy. Yeah. Alright, these are probably Gravlight panels, I'd assume. But there's no reason for me not to mosey over there. No, they're shells. You know, I honestly do not want shells on our ship. They're just going to pose a threat to our own security if they blow up or become targeted for tantrums. So unless we have use for shells, keeping shells on the ship is just honestly a liability more than anything else. Oh, you know what's interesting? I believe they have updated it, RimWorld that is, that life support units will not spawn on surface. I don't think they're supposed to. I think they're only supposed to be in space. So the benefits of like life support systems that you find in these facilities will be a thing of the past pretty soon. Mostly because they're like massively exploitable. I'd assume that's why they're doing it. Alright, we do have a component box. And then we've got this one last room. So, as a thing to do, if you're wondering, because I'm sure some people are wondering, if you delete the wall underneath the life support system, you do not get the thing. You do not get, like, the free energy. Alright, the facility is totally clear now. We can proceed with the surgery. And I'm planning on... Oh, we never took that gun, but this door is allowed now. And then I'm going to have Ruinloth take these components so that nobody sees the corpses. So... I think we're done here. Yep. Alright, looks like you guys want it to be my choice. I might choose from the subset of options we have already. I'm not certain. So, temporarily, Puig is going to get a peg leg, or a prosthetic leg, and then we will upgrade to a bionic once it's available, but I want him moving it, like, not... Oh, yes, corners. Oh, yeah, this is silly. There we go. Surgery through the ship wall. Nothing to see here. Totally normal RimWorld stuff. Alright, Brett should be out of here pretty soon. Brett was rescued from the Trade Guild, rescued for credit. And then you have a resistance of 3.6, so it's really only a matter of time until you join. Perfect. So this facility is cleared. The gun hasn't been grabbed. That's the only thing we're waiting on. And then it's just a matter of, like, hunting and tree cutting for chem fuel and the like. So our current tanks are at about half and almost full. Just waiting on them to top up. Alright, I moved that grav field extender just so that I could pave the tile underneath it. For whatever reason, you can't pave underneath, like, ship parts. So you need to uninstall them. Alright, and none of these are blocked. So, it's a weird engine configuration, but I like it. And it does allow us to technically go in every direction. Just oddly. Very oddly. I will grant you that. Ship looks pretty clean. We need to definitely haul this meat where it belongs. I don't really know why they're not. And then the rest of the tasks are just like mine and some hunting. And I don't think I missed any, like, precious resources here. So you guys wanted me to choose... Are items below 60% foreclosed devalued? So it is a curve, Breakfast Brew, of when items get devalued. And you can look at the evaluation curve on the wiki. If you want to wear clothing and then sell it once it's, like, retained its resale value... Taking it off, I think at like 86% or something like that is like the meta. But God knows I'd never bother doing that. Because you'd be constantly, you'd end up with like a ship full of like mostly fine clothing. And I think the value severely drops off under 60%. So if you're really trying to retain its value, taking off at like 62% or something like that. The caveat, of course, is when clothing takes damage, it doesn't take damage at 1% at a time. So, like, even if you had a 63% shirt, if you got shot, it could easily drop down to, like, 50-something. And you would miss the window for when it was not devalued so much. Regardless, it's not really a meta I bothered doing, because it's, like, troublesome. A lot of time. Not really worth it. You just watched a YT short that talked about this? Oh, well, you know, perfect. I'm going off of memory from like years ago, so I can't say for certain everything I just said was perfect, but generally speaking, that's the gist. Weapons are... So the reason why I don't generally take weapons is when you sell weapons, you sell them for 1/7 of their value. So if this is market value 167, I would only get at best 1/7 of it, plus like negotiation skill and whatnot. Meaning that like weapons, making weapons for sale is just about the biggest waste of time you could possibly do. Which is why you don't really see me doing it. Weapons are a terrible investment, whereas like clothing makes a lot more sense. So if you wanted to craft something, crafting corsets or dusters or you know, there's certain clothing that are like more meta. Now, of course, in this series there are no corsets because I don't have royalty, but crafting clothing is generally seen as the ideal. All right, so one issue that I'm faced with right now is this is registering as a barracks, and that is because of these corner bleeds. So I'm going to fix the corner issues now so that this isn't like barracks registered, because that's going to be annoying. Because that means we're going to be crafting a lot slower for no reason. Brett seems to have left because I just got the rep for that. And I think for now, this is going to be enough steel. So I'm going to haul this stuff in and prepare for launch. The only other thing I really wanted to do is to get a lot more chem fuel processing. But it looks like, actually, it does not look like we've done a whole lot of that. I take it back. I was going to say it looks like we've made some progress. Pierogi here is being trained to haul and is really only one more successful training lesson away from learning the secrets of hauling. And then the other thing I wanted is to give you the components. One of the things that I've noticed with this latest update is, like, it is so stupidly easy to get just, like, buckets and buckets and buckets of components. Not that that's, like, a problem, but it is surprisingly easy. Alright, let's fix the barracks corner issue. I think... this will fix it. And Puig, the one-legged, now has a go frenzy. He got a prosthetic leg and was like, "Look, Ma, I'm fast now." Or something. So, some shipping tweaks to be made. And Balo's resistance is now broken. So Balo here is a backup crafter, has some social, and can fight. Is a tribal that is going to be invited to our ship. Alright, this bed needs to be uninstalled. This is still a barracks? Oh, it's because of these corners. Okay, let me fix that too. Yeah, the way corners register are, like, a little problematic. But, yeah, they're getting fixed. Alright, the remaining components are almost done being mined. And then we'll be out of here. So, I think I want to continue the bounty hunt. I think it's very reasonable for our survey team to want pilot sub-persona cores. You know, having the ship be as good of a ship as possible is, like, kind of low-key important. So, to that end, that is my choice. And Uko and Roy, thank you for the resets. Cheers. And Radlocker for the cheer. Speaking of cheers. There we go. We have Wallow. So here we go. Raffle timer. Oh, hold on one second. Raffle timer's up, and good luck to my subs. So, taking a look at his room. For now, I'm just going to make it a bedroom and uninstall the furniture. That's all I really need to do initially. And he immediately started tailoring, which is probably not something I want him to do because he's not as talented at it as others. I'll let him hunt. Basically hunt. I mean, he was here mostly for combat. So getting him the assault rifle we just nabbed would be great. That's an EMP launcher. Where did that assault rifle go? Well, here's the heavy hit LMG. Oh, there's the assault rifle. Remind me. Heavy hit LMG is got high-powered rounds, but is less accurate. Yeah, let's do it. And he's immediately making chem fuel. So, oh, take that belt off. Now, would be good. I'm going to guess that he doesn't have, why? Okay. So, as far as worker tasks go, let's also do some apparel policies. I'm going to do no tribal wear. For those that don't know, tribal wear is generally better for insulation, but worse for armor than button-down and pants. So, button-down and pants, generally speaking, better for armor. Klein and Puig's bed. Oh, because we haven't filled that in. There we go. So these are actual bedrooms now, and then the middle is a workshop. So that's been fixed. Perfect. All right. Other things that I can work on while we wait is with all this newfound steel, getting a fabrication room up would be great. We have been using limestone as a shelf resource. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit more limestone. Actually, we already have it queued up. And the purpose of that is for shelves for our fab room. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a 4th shelf here, changing the layout of these rooms a little bit. So we'll have another room for, like, more books, because we're already at 610, 60% full. Also, you know what? I do like the double-layered doors. Maybe what I'll do is, yeah, like that. Just some tweaks here and there. Now, there is the case where, like, corners can be attacked through walls. So, like, this heater could be targeted, this tool bench could be targeted, even the multi-analyzer. And that's something I might want to fix in the long run, because it is really annoying to have, like, your high-important stuff get punched at through a wall. The other thing I realized is I probably don't have, ship stockpile. I probably don't have a thing to prevent tainted apparel. Yes, that's true. So tainted apparel should not be contained on the floor here, and should also not be contained on the shelves here. And then what I'll do is I'll just, for now, have a tainted apparel here. So this is going to be for all apparel that is tainted. And this will be set to low. And then the other thing I wanted to do is I'm going to have a small stockpile here. Maybe I won't keep it here forever. Is this will be tainted armor. And what I'm going to do is allow tainted apparel that is made of plasteel. So marine, recon, vac. Yep. And that way we can smelt it. Cheers. So a bunch of little changes before we launch. I think that's reasonable. Is the barracks designation room fixed? Yeah, it is. And I'm just squaring up the ship a little bit in the corners that are most vulnerable to, like, raiders punching things they shouldn't be allowed to punch. Technically, this shelf can be punched, but, like, raiders generally don't target shelves. With this new change to the ship, I will, redesignate home zone. Of course, they're not actually physically done with it yet, but they will be. Soon. And then, raffle timer goes to... Hey, Stochastic Turtle. Congrats. So chem tanks are... they're getting there. They're moving in the right direction at the very least. And there we go. I was going to say, waiting on Klein to actually do the thing. So these shelves here are going to be cleared of all preferences, and then I'll order the preferences in a minute. We still have a bunch of uranium, so for these outside tiles here, I'm going to do uranium, because we want a nice, tough ship to survive the perils of survey. And it's going to look more boxy, but this is just so that we don't have pieces of our ship punched off by stupid people. And I'm still... Oh, I see. I see. So I am not within the max. So I would need to remove 2 pieces from the ship. I will think about that. I think I will... maybe do this. And we have a defoliator ship here. Really couldn't care less. Because, oh, but we don't want to go near there. It's immediately woken up. So, area 1. Invert. Stay the hell away from that ship. My animal, I'm going to restrict to the ship. For now. So the shuttle's almost fully fueled. I did just notice that Klein had a trade inspiration. So the trade inspiration is going to be really nice if we, you know, if we want to, actually, I guess I only really need to remove one of these. One on either side. Oh, no, I need to do both. And we'll be out of here in just a minute. Wouldn't a sarcophagus be a valid target for the corner? Yes, but it's not a type of thing that raiders fight, generally. So raiders, if you're wondering, like, prioritize attacking things that are, like, electronic. Not, like, storage shelves. So they would, if they had nothing else to shoot at, they would eventually target the sarcophagus, but it would be a very low priority. Technically, the pilot console is vulnerable through the walls as well, yeah. Technically speaking. I'm not, it's not ideal to keep it there, but, like, I guess it's, what I can do is I can move the batteries over here and power them up a little bit differently. I'm not, again, this is like, isolated incidences. It's not common that this stuff happens. But I can, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to mitigate, risk. I guess you could think of it that way. So now we should be within, yep, 750 out of 750. Perfect. And we're almost ready to launch. So we want one other shelf here. And then this shelf will be no priority as well. So all that's really left to do is to haul the few Gravlight panels that are out there into the ship, and then we'll take off. We don't have the kind of stockpiled food that I was kind of hoping for. So I might do... I might do the Mega Sloth and Boomalopes before we go. You can max it out at 2,000. It can get up to 2,000 with grab field extenders. So I am not near the max yet. Okay, two of the Boomalopes like left the map tile. Don't blame them. That was pretty brutal barrage there. And let's set up these shelves. This one is for steel. This one will be for plasteel. This one will be for gold. And this one will be for components. So everything that we need for advanced components are stored in here. That's kind of the idea. Oh god, why? Oh my lord, don't go south. Passing through. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Alright, suspending the limestone blocks. And I am going to allow them to gain access to the steel. And then I'm going to high priority haul the steel. Basically, I want to grab the steel because we could use more steel. We're only up to 600 on the ship. And then we'll launch. But we do have a decent amount of meat now. I just think the... Actually, you know what? Let's get a little bit more meat. And that should do. Is there a mod in chat that can let you know what you got automated? It was the last two words you said. There we go. So Pierogi is now trained. Awesome. Before I launch, let's re-update the home zone because the ship changed once again. So we now have corners on the bedrooms. The home zone looks correct. We'll do the ship zone. I'm going to rename the ship zone to vacuum safe because that's essentially what it will be. So the vacuum safe zone is everywhere where we can go where we will not suffocate. Which means keeping pawns away from the bay as well. And then also including their actual bedrooms, because not including the bedrooms is kind of problematic when you're trying to go to sleep. Or other words, it would not let you sleep. Okay, so that looks about right. That's vacuum safe. Because the next stop we're headed to is vacuum. Alright, so it looks like everyone is going to be in the vacuum safe zone, animal in the vacuum safe zone, and we will launch. Alright, current priority is head to the bounty hunting. Wow, it is damn near the edge of our chem max. Still worth it. Oh, the shelves in the new fabrication room are vacuum safe. Good to know. I'll tinker with it again. Still flying backwards? That's fine. I mean, it's space. There's really not a forwards or backwards, right? Alright. Well, I can see that there's traps here. This obviously is going to be a place full of corpses, so it's going to be like a not fun place for my, for everyone to be, except for Ruinloth, so I got to be careful about what they see, because I don't really want mental breaks. Already, Good and Glitch are on the edge of mental breaks, because they lost loved ones, so I got to be careful about that. And grav nausea. Well, that's unfortunate. I have noticed in the latest update that whenever you land, it like returns on your everything. Everything that you had previously flicked off gets turned back on. What I'm going to do is, yeah, let's fix that vacuum safe. Done. And then I'm going to create one more temporary zone here. Area 1. Here. Basically, stay near the base. And Area 1 will be for Ruinloth and for Puig. And then I'm going to get everyone else in suits. So that they can freely go out and fight. So one of the benefits of coming here is there will be a lot of potential loot for smelting. Because, you know, there's just a lot of plasteel involved in spacesuits. Okay, and this is, I was hoping to avoid this. Insult spree from Glitch. Hey, Good. Would you like tea and ambrosia? Before you have a go haywire. Alright, so the grav nausea will wear out soon. 2 hours. Taking a look at the temperatures of the ship. It's chilly, but it's not going to kill us. And then the vacuum safe is fine. So if we want it to be less chilly, I can roof up my my chemgens that are powered, and then let that heat bleed into the ship. And then I could do the same with the freezers, but I don't intend to. I just need coffee. Yeah, right? Yeah. If only I could give Glitch coffee for his tantrum. Occurs to me we have a not fully sterile tile. Yeah, we're missing one. I noticed. All right, hopefully the insult spree will be over, and then we'll have all hands on deck for the fight. Oh, it's turned into a social fight. And a social fight with the other person who is suffering from the loss of a loved one. So, you know, that's great. Glitch, would you rescue her so that she's not your permanent rival? And then Ruinloth, put a lamp in there. And then Tender. So as you can see, oddly, cathartic fight. And rescued me, outweighing the insulted me. Yep. Just RimWorld things. Yoda Cam is on now. Sorry about that. Wow, you almost beat her to death. I mean, her torso? Oof. Glitch, like, cracked all her ribs. Oops. Every single one. It's really nice to have not all hands on deck for a fight like this. Now, the other thing is I do have the shield gen. And I absolutely intend to make use of it during this incursion. I also want to move my biofuel refinery, so that thing is going to get repositioned in a minute. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey Grav Runners, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch a next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Grav Runners.